Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey,
Felicia, how are you doing, young
how
lady?
are I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I can't complain.
Oh, what happened to my background? Glad you're the first Zoom of the day. I can fix that or I
What
get
time is it there?
notifications. What time?
7 this is PM, right?
7 p.m.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So you're about 7 hours ahead, or is it
Yeah, depending on
behind?
daylight savings.
Yeah,
Ahead.
ahead. Okay. I
It
always get
fluctuates
that
between seven
backwards.
and eight.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Hey, Dr. T. All righty, y'all. She must be ripping and running doing something. All right, well, let's jump right on in.
Sorry,
So,
y'all. I am in
oh,
Nashville, so
ah,
I am.
not too shabby. What you doing?
We're at a sorority conference.
Oh, like what kind of what y'all have?
So
What are y'all doing?
we have a national conference every 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's basically a leadership conference. And so
Mm.
we are here, and it is busy, but yeah,
Nice, Nashville, not too shabby.
yeah, it's at the Gaylord. I don't know if y'all have ever been there before, but it is huge.
Oh wow, not bad. Well, while we have you, Tiana, give us a win.
My win is that I made it to Nashville in one piece.
Nice. We like that.
um, and I am taking off. Like I literally did not do any kind of work last week, and I am taking off this week completely. So that is my win.
Well, that's a good win. We like those. That's not shabby at all. All right. Let's see. Miss Felicia, give us a win. What'd you have?
Um, all right, well, continuing on the first self-care trend, I just finished my 2 week vacation. So this is my first day back. So yeah, I took a full 2 weeks
Oh,
off of class,
oh, that's
clients,
huge.
everybody. I mean, I graded papers, but
Yeah.
whatever. I didn't have to talk to nobody.
Right. Well, that
So
that
I
that
actually
makes a difference,
feel
though. That makes a
it
difference.
does. It
Yeah.
does. So I feel rested today. And I was just like having a little gratitude moment. I was like, oh, this is what it's like to feel rested and fulfilled at the same time. Because I had a
Yep.
vacation and I don't have to have time to recover from my vacation.
Yep.
And yeah, it's blended. So
That
that's
is
my win.
beautiful. That
Mhm.
is a huge win. No, I love that. That's good when you and I mean and that's necessary. It really is. It really is. I'm doing the same beginning of next month. Going on vacation to just kind of unplug a little bit. It'll be me and Nanika's 15th year anniversary. So we
Congrats.
booked a little trip. Gonna have a board of directors meeting in Mexico. So you know, make sure we get it tax deductible. So yeah. So looking forward to that. I guess we can now that we've hit under 30 days, we can officially hit countdown mode. So I'll look forward to that.
Waiting.
Um
I'm still trying to get on your calendar. So I'm gonna really be pressing to get on your calendar before
hey,
then.
it is open through July. So yes.
Okay.
Anytime. Just let me know what you need and I got you.
Okay.
Um, Tiana. Yeah, I did sleep in. That was great. That's always good. So I understand that. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate that. Speaking of Brandon, give us a win.
What's up, y'all? When I feel like was it last week or before I said I was going to be doing some changes to my website. I made those changes on my first
Yeah.
on to the first page. I did, some messaging, some word changes on there. So that's my win. I'm taking it piece by piece, brick by brick, so to speak.
Nice.
Hmm.
Nice. Did you consult any AI for helping you on your website copy or planning or layout?
For sure. I for sure did. I'm trying Claude out. I'm trying, and I'm liking it so far. I'm liking Claude.
Yeah. It's
Mm.
uh
Probably
it's
more ethical
it's
too,
it's
apparently.
good. It is very, very good. I've been using it for just 2 months now.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like I was late to the Claude train,
Yeah.
but it is a lot more, and it works perfectly for what I do. I feel like it's a lot more analytical.
Mm.
Um, and it can actually do stuff. I think ChatGPT is getting into where you can, but I think Claude has a lot more what's called MCP connectors, where it connects to different things and can actually run stuff for you. Um, so uh so I asked that because that's actually what we're going to be getting into today. Um, a little bit on some AI time saving stuff for y'all.
Excellent.
But yeah. But yeah, Claude's pretty good. It took me forever because I was like, "Ah, but Chat GPT knows me. It's like you don't want to. It feels like dating again. Like I got to start all
Yeah.
over.
These AI streets
They
ain't
don't know
pretty.
this little thing about me. Exactly. But I will say it picked it up pretty easily.
Did you
Because I
jump
had a
ship?
bunch of my not completely, but yes. So I still have both.
Hmm.
And I still rock with both, but I use them very differently now. I use this is almost a disservice as to even the things that Chat GPT can do, but I almost use it as like a better Google search. But if I need to like really analyze something, I go to Claude. Like perfect example, like Ebony and I have been talking, we're looking at we have a full board that like tracks all of our incoming leads, our conversion rates, like all of that kind of stuff. And so I like put that into Claude and it's like, hey, here's what I've got. What do we need to do to change this, to look at that, look at this. And so that's just kind of more of it's a little more analytical, so it's a little bit better of a Claude feature. But yeah, so no, I still use chat for some stuff. Um thank you, Cerrone. I appreciate that. And Felicia, do you have to use Claude for the initial build or can it plug into an existing website? Ooh, wait, expound on that, Felicia. What's your question there? Do you have to use Claude for what initial build? Like the website build that Brandon was
How,
talking
yeah, see how little I know? I can't even word the question correctly.
about?
So if you like my website has already been built by another developer.
Oh,
So are you saying that like Claude can help me with like making little updates and tweaks, or would she have had to use Claude for the initial build
I
out
see. I see what you're saying.
back
Yeah,
end
yeah.
tech?
No, you can still use it for tweaks. Do you still have like full login control and everything on your website, or do they run
Hmm.
all of that?
No, I have it, and I have to give
Okay,
it
yeah,
to her
yeah.
as
You
I need
can
her to
you
do
can
things.
Okay, yeah, you can still do that. One of the things that actually I want to do a couple of live sessions like and I think we might do that next week. Because today I want to go over some high level things, get y'all's thoughts on, what you're using, what's being successful, how you can save some time. And I think next week we might do more of a hands-on session. Because I think I've told y'all like my new website that I built it strictly with the help of AI. And I know you can do things like SEO improvements and stuff like that. Um so yeah, it's honestly pretty incredible. The stuff it can do now. So yeah. But no, that's a great question. But yeah, I think even now at this point you could still use Claude for some stuff. Tiana couldn't get Claude to work for free. Surrounding oh yeah, ChatGPT is great for creative brainstorming. I absolutely agree. Um, I mentioned my website. I use Claude for the copy. Yeah, yeah. It's great for honing in your copy. Like, hey, here's what I want it to say. Here's what I want it to do. And actually, you know what? What I might do next week, I was just talking about this with, I think we're going to do that next week because I said we're going to do some hands-on stuff. I was just talking about this with Anika where I want to redo her website similar to how I did mine. But I think creative, uh, as a creative venture, I think we might all do that together, just so y'all can kind of see what it looks like from top to bottom. Um, yeah, we're gonna do that. Um, so stay tuned. We're gonna have some hands-on AI stuff next week. But today we're still gonna hit some top level stuff. I want to see what are y'all doing, how are you using it, what's working well, so on and so forth. Um, my man, Mr. Caesar, give me a win.
What up, man?
What up?
Winning, stay winning. Yeah,
Always. I'd expect nothing less.
yeah. I don't got no specific win. I don't think nothing I can think of, but I stay winning.
That's all right.
Every
All
day is
right.
a win. I won this
That
morning.
hey, there you go. I love it. Well, good. Fantastic. Glad to see you. Miss Alexia, welcome. Give us a win other than that margarita you're sipping on.
My matcha,
I'm messing
the
with you.
40 and
Hey,
up
hey,
matcha.
it's noon. It's noon. It's 1 o'clock where you are. I'm just saying, no
Yeah,
judgment.
that's just true. This is true. What's the win? Yeah, I think my win today is as much as I'm trying to pivot and I'm tired of being in one-on-one therapy, I have a really beautiful life. And sometimes I need to remind myself that while I'm building the business that I want and
Mm-hmm.
the income streams that I want, that this,
Mm-hmm.
I can be okay with this for now.
Yeah, it's
So
good.
I think that's the thing. I'm getting a massage after this. So I came up
Let's
to
go.
there's just this little place in Baltimore where you can eat and stuff and sit right down the street from my acupuncturist where I get my massage. And I'm like, okay,
Nice.
I'm not working today. You know, so I'm just invitation to be grateful for what I have rather than focusing on what I'm
Absolutely.
trying to get. So that's where I'm at.
That is beautiful. I
Mhm.
love that. I love that. And we can wrap that into some therapist self-care business deductions as well, FYI.
Well, I definitely have my therapy there. I know that was one of my questions because, I do acupuncture.
Mm-hmm.
I also do deep tissue massages and stuff because I have pain. So I
That's
already put my
perfect.
therapy stuff on there, but if I can put that stuff on there too, that would be beautiful because it is
Mm-hmm.
it is recovery for me.
Yeah. No, that's perfect because all we really need to do is set an employee wellness program, and then that way we set things as we can make those tax deductible.
All right. I would love to have a
Mm-hmm.
conversation about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Miss Cerrone, give us a win if you're available. Or you put in the chat if you're out and about.
Hey there, just trying to search for the mute button. So let's see. Win for me. We got a floor plan together for the satellite location, which was approved by Ellie. Woohoo! So we got an estimate done, and now it's in the landlord's hand. See what
That's
happens.
fantastic. We are moving and
Yeah,
grooving on that.
moving along, moving along.
That
But
is that is awesome, Cerrone.
Yep, that's the win from last week.
Yeah, that is awesome. And we had a great call last week, and you're doing some incredible stuff there. So that's exciting. Um okay, let me see here. We got a couple things. Let's see that I want to jump into, but as I mentioned, we'll be looking at some AI stuff today. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm just trying to get back in. There we go. So let me get. So first, what I want to start with, here, let me present. Okay, there we
CB first.
go. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Okay, perfect. All right, so as we know, uh, it's a lot to run a private practice. A lot of stuff to do, a lot of things that need your attention. So, we want to use, the time and space we're in to make that as efficient as possible, as we possibly can. And I mean, we're in an AI world, and there's no putting that toothpaste back in the tube at this point, I don't think. So it's like might as well lean into it where we can. You guys are in a unique position, of course, where you have all your different HIPAA laws, and you want to, do right by your patients, to make sure that everything is, very safe and ethical. But there are still a lot of efficiencies to be had um with leveraging AI in the right manner. So let's take a look. As we know, we have a bunch of very true, Alexia. uh very true. So of course, a bunch of admin stuff on your plates, especially for solo owners. And and I think even in this AI world, like I know we had for those of you who were here last week, we had Di come out, and Di runs a freelancing agency that she trains virtual assistants to help in mental health practices. And so if you missed last week, go back and check it out, because I think she gave some great info. And I am still a definite believer, like I mentioned last week, that every business owner needs a virtual assistant. But I think AI in the current day and age we're in, it just amplifies everything. I don't think it's necessarily a replacement. Um, for It's definitely not a replacement for what you guys do, and it's definitely not a replacement for having staff. However, I think it just supercharges how much more you can get done for you and your staff. So that's why I want to make sure, hey, my team has this in their hands to make sure that we're being as, as efficient and as helpful as possible. So what it won't do is naturally it won't replace your relationship or your clinical judgment. I know we've talked about previously, and I know there's some stories in the news about people using AI as actual, therapists, which that's a whole other that's a whole other topic in and of itself, which is just crazy and wild to even remotely think about. Um so you guys are by no means in harm's way, I believe, for that. Um, but what it can do, so it definitely can't replace you guys in that manner. But what it can do is take a lot of paperwork off of your plate, so you can be there more for clients to help you be more efficient. So hey, today is a full, working session where we want to see how you're using it, what you're doing, what's working, what's not working, what you need help on. So I want to go into a few different things. But I want to hear from you guys too. Oh, yes, Alexia. Yeah, Di emailed me um last week, and so we were closed for the holiday on Friday. So I'll get back with her because I think she did send that information over. Um so I'll be sure we get it to you. Um Police, I have a client that fact checks my psychoeducation against ChatGPT while in session. Wow. Wow. Well,
Gotta be on my
that's
square, make sure I know my stuff.
yeah, exactly. Hey, keeps you sharp, right? Keeps you sharp. Um, to say the least. Keeps you sharp. So all right, y'all. This is for you guys. Like, where does your time go per week? What task eat, the most hours of your week that's not actually, helping clients? Who has an answer? Either drop it in chat or come off mute. Where does most of your time go in the week?
I'll flow in. Can y'all hear me okay? I know I got noise in the
Uh-huh.
background.
No,
Okay,
you're
yeah.
good.
Yeah, like I did a time audit a while back, and
That's good.
yeah, it's for me, it's client fulfillment. So
Mm.
much of my
Okay.
time is in fulfillment. So it's either
Hmm.
like anything connected to delivering the service, that's where most of my time is.
Okay. So fulfillment.
Yeah, I know where
Um,
I want it to be, which is more
right.
income generating activity.
Yes.
But this is where it tends to be, is all of
That's
the
where we're at.
yeah.
Um, Brandon says stressing and trying to network. Understood. Um, okay. Who else has something? Or if what would you do if you got 5 hours back per week? And what's your gut reaction? Who has a gut reaction to AI? Who I'll just leave it there.
My gut reaction is still like, do I trust it?
Makes sense.
Like, yeah, I finally gotten over the I will let it write for me
Hmm.
hump, but to
Hmm.
do actual stuff that I don't know. I'm still in the trust, like lack of trust. Still in rapport building.
Right. I get it. I get it. Still, still on those first few dates. Like, no, I don't know if I know you like that yet. So that
Feel
makes
like
sense.
I got a good reaction. I feel like for me, it's just like you gotta get down on it because it's here and it's gonna continue to be here, and I can relate it to. So I hate self checkouts because I don't work there. So I don't like to go to the self checkout. I want to go to a person and like just put my stuff there and they do the thing. But you go to like Home Depot or something, there's no people. They just standing around on their phone looking at you, and you have to go through the self checkout. That's AI in like 10 years. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have to use AI. It's not gonna be you got a choice. So I think I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
get down on it early. So 10 years from now, I know what's going on and I'm not left out being the old person with a flip phone.
No, you know what's funny about that, Jonathan? I've always felt the exact same way about self-checkout. Like, if I, okay, I'll do it if I have like two items. Okay, cool. But if I got a decent amount of items, like I'm checking it myself. Like, I'm
Right.
in the store paying my money. Like, I feel like you should be checking me out.
I
So,
am
Uh,
so I am not even going to self checkout if I got two items. I am spending my I need to go to the checkout
you
with
feel
the
me? I
person.
went I went to Kroger like 7 a.m. yesterday, right? 'Cause I get in, get out early, right? So I got my little stuff. There's no people open. Like the only option is self-checkout. So I'm fumbling and
wow.
we trying to, I'm like, bro, I don't work here. Like, I don't understand this. Like, I
That's
Jonathan, I'm
so
shouldn't,
calling
funny.
the manager. Excuse me. I do not want to do self checkout. I'm calling the
I never
manager.
been with it. Even, like as a man, you know what I'm saying? You like to load up the bags and stuff. When I'm with my wife, she a million miles a minute, right? So she want to go to self-checkout. I'm not touching nothing. She gonna scan everything, put it in the bag, put it in the bag. So I'm just standing there. So I don't use the self checkout. But anyway, continue. I'm sorry. AI, what I was saying, Felicia, is
No,
it's
I get
coming.
it.
It's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, I agree. No, I couldn't agree with you more. So no, I totally get it. Brain, yeah, it's gonna cost extra to see a person. No, you're right. Alexia says she loves the autonomy. In and out. I get it. I get it, but no, I'm on that side of the coin with Tammy and Jonathan on that one. I'm like, nah, if there's anybody there, it's like, nope, I need you to go ahead and check me out. Only way I do is like if I just have a couple items and the line's long, okay, fine. Let me be in and out. But like you say, like I don't know where this stuff is. I gotta look and fumble with it. So no, I completely understand. So okay, but we have a few people who are curious, skeptical. Um, what's your most dreaded admin task? Like let's jump into that. Like who has admin tasks that they just uh that are just deplorable?
Chasing money down.
Ah, there you go.
Chasing money down. Yeah, we gonna
There
pay
you
my
go.
stuff, man.
Yep. Yep, I understand that one. That's true. And especially for those who accept insurance, we know what that's a whole ball of wax in and of itself. Tiana says notes, but also making sure everything is billed and follow-ups. Yep, yep, yep. Makes sense. Definitely chasing down money you've already earned. Um, a credit card bounce, and now you gotta reach out. Right? Notes
Chasing the
and
money,
sending
man.
emails. Yep. Notes and sending emails is good. Contacting new people. Wait, what do you mean by contacting new people? Like new potential clients? Tiana, is that what you mean?
Yeah, so like new potential clients, partnerships, all of that.
Hmm.
That's what
Got
I
it.
mean.
Okay.
That's a hassle.
Yep.
Same. That's the same for me when with the sending emails and stuff. That's like reaching out to new people and stuff. That's my I want to do it. It's just it
Hmm.
takes longer for me.
Hmm. Hmm. Makes sense. Felicia, promoting myself on LinkedIn, creating posts. Okay, these are good. Um, Why I'm hiring a VA. Yes, exactly. So, like I say, I really think between a VA and an AI and a VA with AI and you with it as well, it gets probably a good hot 75% of that off of your plate. Um, because I think it just makes everybody more productive, at least if we look at the admin areas. Because I think for you guys, that's where the most time savings will be. So then that way, hey, you can either one get more clients and focus on those clients, or two, get more rest so that you don't burn out on the clients that you do have. So I think those two things combined and everything that everybody mentioned here, I think are items that can absolutely be helped out with AI. Like talking about creating posts, like doing research in as we were kind of talking a little bit earlier about Claude and ChatGPT. um what I do like is that it can go and do the research for you. So like, hey, because I know me and my team, we used to go to different websites to look and see, hey, what are people talking about? Well, you can actually set up. So here's the thing about Claude, and I believe ChatGPT now has this too on they're called routines in Claude. I forget what they're called in chat, but it's something different. But you can have something run every single day at a set time and like, hey, and this is why having, as we always talk about, having a niche, having a specific client profile, you can say, hey, what is this type of client looking for? Or what are they talking about online? What are some of the biggest topics? Well, for somebody who's busy like you guys are, y'all probably don't have the time to go and research these kind of things. Well, that's what AI is for. You can have it research, hey, I deal with professional black men. What are they talking about right now? What is going on in their worlds? And let's research that and let's come up with a post about it. So then that way you can even get a script of that. And then, of course, hey, you have it delivered to you every morning at 7 o'clock. And hey, you might not record every day, but you at least have the items there, even if it just runs twice a week, something like that. But I just kind of want you guys thinking about what's possible. So if we're talking about things like social media, if we're talking about creating posts, but we want to do research on the front end of that, that is what can be unlocked with a lot of the stuff that the AI is doing. And then we're talking about chasing down money. That's where the combination of having a good VA to kind of do those items for you comes in at, to help to make sure that that's not your time that's being spent on there. Sending emails, that's another thing AI is great at, is drafting emails for you, looking at your inbox. And that's what and I should have put a different thing up about this one, just kind of give a little bit of technical knowledge on it, on AI and the different versions. So we'll do a quick version of this just to kind of break it down. Oh, perfect, Saroni. Saroni says she uses ChatGPT for all of her social posts. Therapists use Blueprint. Yeah, we've talked about Blueprint before. Brandon, I think you use Blueprint, right?
Yeah, I did, and then I stopped, and I was like,
Oh,
ChatGPT can do this. Just keep it real
oh,
general. It's even better because the issue I had with Blueprint was it was very limited in like the therapeutic the interventions that you can pick
mm-hmm,
from. So and they
mm-hmm.
didn't have an option to like type in, okay, this is what we're going to talk about, and they'll come up with something. So
Okay. See,
and save me some
and
money.
and that's the thing too. Even with even with a lot of AI now, it can replace a lot of like secondary tools that are out there too. So that's the other thing, that $20 a month can go a long way in replacing a lot of other items. But what I was going to get into is just a quick high level overview so y'all understand, is that who here has heard of an API? Do you guys know what API is? Anybody ever heard of that?
I've heard of it.
Okay. So, super high level nerdy overview. API is how different apps talk to each other, where you can have, one cloud app here, one cloud app here, and then they can talk to each other through an API. So perfect example, if we look at um like Canva and we look at Google. Well, you can tell Canva, if Canva has an API, you can tell, hey, Canva, go look in my Google, look at this email from this person. And, I want to create a presentation on this kind of thing. So let's just say you have a presentation coming up, maybe, you're going to speak somewhere. They sent you an email about what's happening. Well, hey, go look at this email and then you can talk about it and pull that stuff into here. So that's what an API is. What the new generative AI tools have is what's called the MCP. It's a multi-context protocol, which is specifically for ChatGPT, for Claude. What that does is it can go and pull these things itself without needing the API for you to connect the two. So what that means is, as we talk about saving time and writing emails, so you can be in ChatGPT or Claude, and through their MCP connector, you can say, hey, go connect to my Gmail. And anytime I get a message from a potential client, then create a draft email for me that I can go in and review. So that's kind of the difference now in what these AI tools can do for you. Where how much of a time savings is that if it's looking through your inbox, everyone that you need to review, every email that you need to potentially send a draft out for, it's already done it for you. You see what I'm saying? So those are kind of time savings we're talking about being had. Um, no, you don't. It's MCP. M is in Michael. MCP. Uh, it is like multi-context protocol, I think is what it stands for. Um, and so therefore that's how it connects to different things. And Saroni said, do I need to upgrade? No, no, typically you don't have to upgrade for it. Both Chat and Claude have direct MCP connectors. So if you go into your settings, look at connectors, um, that's where you'll see all the ones that already have a MCP. Miss Alexia.
Yes. So my question is, the explanation that you just said about if something comes into your email to
Mhm.
create a draft.
Mhm.
I have it set up in my email when someone reaches out to me from Psychology Today,
Mhm.
and I created a funnel. I use a combination of kit.com, which
Mm.
is my CRM system, and
Mhm.
then Zapier,
Yep.
which will go get the stuff, and so it
Perfect.
puts
Yep.
it into my thing, and then it sends an email automatically. Is that
Nice.
similar? Is that kind of the
Yes,
same? Okay.
it is.
Like
No, it
is
is very.
Zapier or MCP or something?
So Zapier has both. So
Okay.
Zapier in its initial form is what is connect. Zapier uses API to connect to all of the different platforms that it can connect to. So as I was kind of breaking down the two differences, that's exactly what Zapier does. What MCP now does is it is a direct tool where it can go out and fetch stuff that you don't have to initially set up. So that's the difference. So you want a perfect example? What I have done with my Claude is I have I have a daily CEO brief that I had it set up. It runs every morning at 6 a.m. So we use Slack for our internal communication. We have Gmail. I have all of my payment processors. Like if you use Stripe or something like that, it can look at that. So what I have it do every morning is like, hey, look at my email inbox. Let me know what I need to respond to. Also, let me know if anybody messaged me in Slack that I need to respond to. And hey, look at all my income and payments. So tell me how much we're getting paid tomorrow, how much we're getting paid the next day, and through the end of the week. Well, now all those things is what I would normally be going through and looking at, but now through Claude and through an MCP, it pulls and aggregates all of that stuff together. So I have a good high level CEO summary that I look at every morning. See what I'm saying? Does that kind of make sense? So the things that you can kind of pull together um is pretty impressive. Um yes, it weeds through promotional emails. Absolutely. So it calls it noise. So it's like it weeds out all the noise and it looks just the actual people who are emailing you that's not like a sales advertisement or anything. Stuff like that. And it's been a game changer. Like I say, my first game changer for me was actually having, this is why I'm so big on having a virtual assistant, is when I first got my first virtual assistant, that's what really helped my business take off. That was like my first unlock. But then now you pair that with having AI for you and your virtual assistant, because what I would have my team do, perfect example, I would have my virtual assistant go through my inbox. Hey, let's see, who's sending us something, what we need to email back to, hey, create a draft for me, so on and so forth. So, but now guess what? I get to move that off of their plate. I shift that over to the AI that I'm paying $50 a month to, and now they're freed up to do other things that the AI can't do automatically. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like a lower level employee. Because just think, if you are paying, executive level salary to somebody, you don't want to give them something that, a lower tiered person on the totem pole who doesn't cost as much could do. Well, it's just now that with AI, it shifts that even more. You see what I'm saying? Um, let's see. I have trust issues, but I know that's going to stifle me. And that makes sense. I like this. My hesitation on giving it access to my email is the access to client information. That's true. Been scammed. Yeah, yeah. So all great points and definitely worth looking into. Now, for starters, on anything AI, you have to be on the paid plan. Um, no free plans on anything, because that is what um that is what has more open source stuff. That's what shares stuff with the model if you're on any type of free plan. So you do have to be on a paid plan. But from what I've looked at, honestly, from both sides of it, is if you're on a paid plan, it has the same security levels that most other cloud apps have. So, of course, we have to look at specific plans, but looking at, Claude and ChatGPT, their paid team plans are the same security as Gmail has, the same, which is called SOC 2 Type 2 security in the US, um, where they cannot train any of your stuff on the model. That stuff is just brought in, is kept within your direct container. Now, for you guys, I think the the piece is you still don't want to have PHI in anything like that, but email isn't secure anyways. So you shouldn't be having clients sending you PHI in email. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't think email is an issue within that. That should be kept within your, simple practice portal, So that's why I don't think email is an issue as far as that's concerned if you're using a paid plan. True, they don't listen. They don't listen. But hey, tell them, hey, I'm deleting this email. You got to send this, here, so on and so forth. So that's what we do too, and we tried to train our clients, you guys, on that too, because every now and again we'll get somebody who wants to send us a W-2 an email. We're like, no, we're deleting this. We want no social security numbers, no nothing like that within email. So no, that goes directly in the portal. So same thing, with you guys when you have that, that personal PII, personal identifying information. So Alexia, I just set it up to my Gmail. Claude limit ran out. Oh yeah, I was using Opus instead of Sonnet. Yeah, that is the trick. That is the thing I had to learn with Claude is try Sonnet. Um Sonnet is probably just as good for daily tasks and a lot less tokens than Opus. So I would definitely try Sonnet, and I bet you get and they just came out with Sonnet 5 actually. But try Sonnet 4 and I bet it goes much much further for you.
That's what I usually use is Sonnet. I thought I was asking something more complex, so I switched
Mhm.
over to Opus, and as soon as I did it, they were like, "You done?" So I learned my lesson.
It goes, no, it definitely goes fast. Um, so Jonathan, those are the models that are within Claude. So Opus is their, well, I would say it's their highest level model, but not really. They just came out with one that that got shut down by, they had one for 3 days that got shut down by the government, because they said basically it was almost too good. Um,
Fable, I think it
Fable,
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be Fable. But they just opened Fable back up. I saw it was down for about 2 weeks. They just opened Fable back up. So just think of it like this way, Jonathan. Each model that comes out within a platform is typically better than the next. If you just think about cell phones, hey, that next iPhone 18 is better than the iPhone 14. You know what I mean? Theoretically.
That's
Um,
debatable. I say that's not a good example. Use
well,
Android.
I was gonna say
That's not a good
theoretically.
example.
True, theoretically. But that's really what the models are. And so the newest one that comes out is allegedly, better thinking, can do more, but it also costs you more and more, tokens usage, which means you can do less with it. So you usually have to find the model, kind of like a mid-tier model. So if you um, just think of them like hard classes. Like you have your basic model, you have your mid tier, and then you have your your premium tier. That's kind of what those are. So right now, Opus is kind of like the highest tier, Fable is kind of premium, and then Sonnet is kind of like your everyday basic tier. Miss Felicia.
Okay, so when you're on these paid plans, let's say I pay for Claude, and I think you said it was like $50 a month or something. Then I
Actually they
still have
start
to
off
buy
at like
token.
20.
Okay.
No. So
Is
I
it
think Claude starts off at like 20 or so a month, 20, 25, something like that. But no, it comes with a certain amount of tokens on that $20. But if you blow through that, then so just think if you use the highest level model, it uses more tokens faster. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So just ta- take it back to the old school days of oh good, Claude Pro is $21 a month. So just think if you take it back to the old school days of like Chuck E. Cheese or the arcade games, different games have different set amount of tokens. So that brand new shiny game costs a lot more, that super racing 3D game costs a lot
Yeah.
more than you playing, Pac-Man, on the other side of the arcade. That's really what it is. So the newest, highest tiers are going to cost you more tokens, but you still get a certain amount of tokens in that $21 plan. And then, but if you go over it, then that's where they want to get you into, adding more and paying over use more usage and whatnot. Um, these are all good questions. So the fear versus the reality. The fear, AI will replace me, will make my work feel impersonal or get me into legal trouble with my clients. That's what a lot of people fear. Um, the reality, AI is really an admin assistant. It like we talked about, it drafts, you decides. It handles the busy work so your humanity can really go where it's mattered most, which is, hey, two places. One, in the room with your client to be more present, but two, hey, how can I use this to save time to give me that extra 5 hours back? And then I use that extra 5 hours if I'm not resting to make more money to where I'm not drugged down with the busy work, is how I see it. So you're not really handing over your practice. You're just hiring somebody, you're hiring a fast typist, somebody to take the admin off of your plate to free you up to do more things. Of course, as we talked about, golden rule, golden rule, have to protect, your client's info. So, I mean, y'all know this, super basic. Can't paste clients' names, identifying details, session content into a free, or consumer AI tool. It has to be locked down with HIPAA, of course, if you're using anything, client related. So I think that's where you definitely want to, start and end, because of course you have to look out for your clients first and foremost. But here's the thing that I ask is, does this task touch any client PHI? You know, first lane is front office stuff, second lane is clinical. I think we can gain so much from the front end that it just saves you so much more time, and they're perfectly safe ways to use it on the front end, on the admin level, doing those different things there to where it doesn't even necessarily have to go over to client information. Not that it should anyways, but there's so much to be had on the front end that um I think it's so valuable. So biggest things there, marketing and content, which is kind of what we talked about. So blog posts, newsletters, social media captions. That's why I was asking Brandon about the website copy, or repurpose a talk. Like, hey, turn a speaking engagement that you had into 10 social posts without writing anything else. Like for those of you who go out and deliver speeches or give a presentation, one, as y'all have always heard me say, record it. Do not record it. One, you could use that video. You can use that video on your website. It's great B-roll. And two, the content in and of itself can be repurposed. So we use it in different areas. So, hey, we take that one talk, we come up with different social media posts. We come up with 8 to 10 different shorts that we can now post on social media for it. So that's why that's so important. Um, if you want automated blogs, look at Soro.ai. Oh, I've not heard of Soro. That's a good one, Saroni. That's a good share. Soro.ai. It's great for keyword optimization. Um, and then of course, other wins, admin and operations, email templates, if we need to do policies and SOPs, if we have client handouts, research summaries, writing job descriptions, different things like that. These are the things that this can be handling that you don't have to, that saves you time, stuff that needs to get done, but that we can literally have an assistant, our AI, doing it for us. Oh, thanks for that, Felicia. Here's a CEU from NASW on the ethics of AI and social work. That's good. So y'all let me know. So what are some good ways that you have used it? Anybody had any admin, operational, content and marketing wins to share? Like I know Brandon said he just kind of redid his website copy with it. Anybody else have anything? Or is this giving you guys some ideas of where you can use it?
I've used it definitely for doing my emails. I've used it to help on my copy on my website. I even use it for notes. And nothing, PHIN is kind of like I have this prompt. Like when I'm in a session, I tend to just kind of like type little stuff from my memory. And then I have a prompt that I just put those freehand notes in. And it might say like, hey, write out medical necessity, write out and it kind of spits out something. So it's really easy to do. Definitely use it to make worksheets. I have a Claude AI that I'm building now for research specifically on my my niche market. So, and I've done it, and I use it to create my VA job description.
Yep, see there. Yep.
And I use it to
No,
tell
that's
me how to
perfect.
get more protein, being that I'm plant-based. So I use it all the time.
That's good. That's good. No, that's exactly what it should be used for. Different things like that. I think is really invaluable because I mean those are things that need to be done, but doesn't take your level of experience or a master's degree, to actually do it. So let's outsource it to something that can at a fraction of your costs. Let's see. Make sure you go to trisoro.com and not Soro.ai. That one makes me I know because I've used this one before. I've actually created a couple of AI songs. It's Sono. I know Sono does AI songs. I really like them. I made a couple of bangers with AI songs on Sono. That's good. And I mean, hey, that's stuff that you can use on websites too. Have a little background music. As people hit your website. Um, or leading into a video if you're somebody who's producing a video, different things like that. That's where those items can be used. Um, so next question, how are well yeah, I guess we're about to wrap in a little bit. What are some ways I want to know some ways that you plan on using AI upcoming? And let's kind of talk through some of those and maybe crowdsource to see if we can help anybody. So based
Well,
on all that we've talked about, what are some good ways you think that you can leverage this in your favor? Who's that? Somebody was saying
yeah,
something.
that was
Is that you,
me.
Jonathan? Go,
Yeah,
go.
yeah. As I guess everybody know now, like my social media just struggle, which I hate. So I'm gonna try to use AI to figure out how to make it do it for me, so I don't actually have to do it.
Yeah. And it's the perfect way to start. Another tip for AI that I've gotten better at over the last month is when you are using it, talk into it. Don't type into it. Every one of them has the little microphone button. So talk into it. Reason being is because think of it this way. AI is better the more details you give it. The more of your own thoughts you give it. But think about this. You talk faster than you type. which means when you type, you are naturally kind of cutting off what you would naturally say. So you're shortcutting yourself. So, but when you talk, you will talk a lot more. Most average people talk at about 130 words a minute, um, whereas most people type at 40 to 50 words a minute. So it's almost double the time when you talk versus when you type. So with AI, the more you talk, the more it has, the better it gets. So that's another helpful hint. Talk into it. And you because when you talk, you better explain it. When you type, you just kind of give it a shortcut. That makes sense. Um, let's see. Oh, his weapon. Oh, his Sora been worth the investment. That's what we're talking about. Okay, nice. Felicia, I'm going to use it on a hobby travel blog first. Oh, that's actually good. Um, I have a good friend of mine, CPA. She's in Alaska right now. She's on like a month long trip in Alaska. And she was showing me before she left, she had Claude like lay out her entire Alaskan trip for her. I was like, really? She's saying and it put all the stuff on her calendar and everything of where they were going, what days they were seeing what, like literally planned her whole trip. So that was kind of cool to see. So, but yeah, hey, try it out with that, Felicia. And Tiana, you don't think you're average in typing or talking? Is that what you were talking about? I'm assuming. So yeah, so any other use cases? Oh, I don't think I'm average. You talk faster than 130 words a minute, is what you're telling me. Okay. What other use cases? How else are we gonna save time this week? I want everybody think of one thing. Everybody give me one thing that you want to save time on that you're gonna have AI potentially help you with. Either type in chat or come off on mute
Well, I definitely
if you
am
have
going
one.
to use, I connected it to Gmail already. And yeah, I'm definitely going to use it to kind of sort through my emails. Specifically, like, I believe I'm missing opportunities because sometimes I just get so
So
inundated
much
with like
stuff.
promotional
Yep.
stuff. So I think I'm going to have it to kind of go through my email and say, hey, this is something that you might actually use, because I'm trying to use, like, create people who I pitch to. I want them to be people who are already in my ecosystem, because that's kind of how I got that talk on Loveland. Because I get Loveland emails all the time, and I was like, well, they're already here. Let me reach out to them. And I know there's other stuff that comes into my email that I can use. So I appreciate that recommendation.
Yeah, that'll be good. Nice. I love it. Anybody have any other ones? Uh Tiana says, I don't know. Yeah, I need to be strategic in how I use the tools. Yeah, no, absolutely. That makes sense. And oh, Felice saying the same thing about promo emails. Yeah, yeah, it shifts, it cuts through the noise very well on that. So I'll just give you this. Hey, think of one thing. We talked about some different things that you guys do on the admin end that cost you a whole lot of time each week. So if you have a paid plan already, which I think for $20 a month is absolutely necessary, because you'll think of how much y'all bill per hour. Like, think of that. 140, 150, 175 an hour. So $20 a month, if that saves you an hour, you know what? It's more than paid for itself. Let's see if anybody's available today to co-work set oh yes. That's awesome. Well, sounds good. Well, thanks so much. Alexa, you enjoy your massage, young lady. That's going to be
Thank you.
fantastic. Of course. Well, thank you guys as always. And remember, the sooner you get to your dream practice, the longer you get to enjoy it. And we're here to help you every step of the way. Y'all have a blessed Monday. Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Safe travels, Tiana.